again, captain's log here. Just want to make a quick guide and or walkthrough for the new Star Citizen Alpha 4.2 patch, Into the Storm, with the Apex Valakkar. So the first location you need to go to is the Arfaro data centers. They are on Pyro 4. Pretty easy to find. There's quite a few of them. You just gotta make sure you bring probably a ship that allows spawning, some med bays. Make sure you're nice and kitted up, some heavy armor, or bring the new radiation suit. There's a ton of NPCs, and we ran into a ton of players, so the location is quite hot. Just want to make sure that you're come prepared. Bring all the necessities that you need. So the first location that you need to go into in this location is this room right here, this red room. Now, to enter it, you actually need to find an NPC which actually have white lab coats, and you need to either equip the lab coat yourself, and you need to have the whole set on. So you need the jacket and the pants, and I believe the shoes as well. Now, you can also find one of these NPCs and knock them out, and you can hold them in there with a tractor beam and have them be scanned. You cannot do this if they are dead, though. So we tried that multiple times. They have to be alive, so you have to knock them unconscious. I don't think you actually have to have the data pad on you. I just had it on me just because I wanted to try that. And after you enter the room, there is a computer in the back that you need to find the code for, right here. And the code is on the right side. It says today's code. And after you find that code, you actually have to go to the safe in the corner here, type in the code, hit the button, and you take out the item that you need. Now, this item is actually for another room, which is right here, which is security level 3. And after you enter this room, you can actually start the process to print the next item that you need to actually summon the Valakkar. But that will be at a different location that I'll show later in the video. Now, once you start the process, you have all the doors come open, and you get rushed by waves of NPCs. So all the lights will turn red. You'll have these flashing red emergency lights, and you'll have to fight off these people as the item is printed. Now, also in this room, there is a little corner with the new Volt weapons. There's actually some decent loot in this area. There's a lot of medical boxes here, a lot of ammunition. There's actually resources mining resources and stuff like that. So if you really want to, find some decent loot, there's a lot of good loot here. A lot of NPCs to loot, obviously. A lot of cool, weapons. Some of the variants of the weapons are here. But yeah, make sure that you defend this room. And after the room is done, then you'll get the item, which is the Lazarus specimen card, and you will take that to Pyro 1. And Pyro 1 has these locations, just like the last one. There's 10 of them. They're called Lazarus transport hubs, like Phoenix 1, Phoenix 2, Phoenix 3, and so forth. Here, actually, I just wanted to kind of show the new rain effects. Actually pretty cool. We were in the atmosphere of Pyro 1 here, fighting another Idris, but I just thought it looked really cool at night, with the cannons and stuff, shooting with the raindrops. Really cool effect that they added. Alright, so now after you land on Pyro 1, you're gonna make sure you have your spawn location set on your ship. There are actually spawn locations in this area, I believe. They have changed it a little bit. There used to be a med bay just inside here, the main building that you could spawn at, but it looked like people were getting spawn camped, so they actually changed it to, I think there's outside, in the perimeter, there might be some spawning different buildings. But there's also a lot of loot in here, so you can loot this place. But this right here, where this Pisces is landed, there's like a terminal for like a transport. So you're gonna wait here, and it's gonna come. A little shuttle is gonna come, and it's actually gonna take you to the next location. Now, I believe you can run to the next location if you wanted to, like on foot, but you can't fly a ship there, as the storm will actually prevent you and it'll shut off your ship and you'll crash. So, yep, get everyone on the shuttle. You're going to head there, and on your way there, you can, if the worm is actually spawned, you can see it like right here in the video. You can actually see the worm, and it's huge. It's very cool looking. This is our first time actually seeing it alive. So it doesn't attack you from here or anything like that. You're gonna get off the shuttle, and there's another building that you go in here, and you make sure you have the item from the previous place, which is the Lazarus specimen card. And there's a place inside you can insert it, and that will spawn the Valakkar. Now, unfortunately, we weren't actually able to spawn the worm ourselves. I believe there's a spawn timer on it, and the worm was already spawned from a previous group that was there. But the hub inside is just like in any other place. You can farm it. You know, there's a bunch of items inside you can loot. There's a bunch of NPCs. But here, we're actually fighting the group that had killed the Valakkar before we could spawn it ourselves. And as you can see, they have the fangs out there, and I think they have some pearls as well. So we actually kill them here, and we don't really take the loot as it's PTU. Who really cares, right? But it's really cool to see, you know, how this could play out. Now, I know they're working on getting like transport out of here, because what people were doing was they were taking the loot from the Valakkar and they were putting it like on the shuttle, which is kind of janky, and trying to take it back that way to their ship, because you can actually land here before. You have to physically take these things with like a tractor beam and take them back. But there's a lot of things about this place that are really, really cool. I really like the idea of what they're trying to go with here. You know, it's just another event, but it's really cool that they made a system where you have to land at one location, just a normal place. You know, everyone lands their ships, but this place is kind of ship free. There might be ways around that. I'm not exactly sure, but it's all on foot. You know, it's really cool how they did that. So it's going to be a PvP fest for sure. It's going to be a lot of FPS gameplay, so you got to make sure you're ready for that. But the Valakkar is really cool. I know they've been doing a lot of fixes on it because it's a little janky sometimes. But there's some clips in this up close, right up to the mouth of the Valakkar, which is pretty awesome. I hope they fix it, but when we were here, the server was only like, I don't know, there was like 130 people on the server, and it was just really, really laggy. I mean, I'm talking like people just standing still. You'd walk around a corner, there'd be no one there. You'd die, and then like the guy would like come around the corner. I mean, I killed people like that too. Like they were sitting still, like lagged out. I shoot them, they die like 30 feet away and around the corner. It was just really bad. But if they fix all the problems, you know, they fix the jankiness, an event like this will be very cool, especially if they can actually make the loot from the Valakkar like worth something. Now, obviously, the economy is not exactly like set up for stuff like this. Like, who cares if you make a bunch of money? Like, the economy is really not ready for this stuff anyways, you know, so you can't really spend their money on much. But you can definitely tell, you know, where they want to go with the game, and stuff like this is really, really cool. And now I know there's a lot of people who are all upset and all up in arms, like saying, like, you know, all these events they're making, they're all PvP. You know, sure, but that's kind of the game they want to make. But you got to give them time to really flesh this stuff out, and, you know, experiment with things at work. And, you know, I think we're going to get some more PvE centric events, or events that are less, you know, chaotic with PvP. So just, you know, learn how to give them time to develop these things, and try to enjoy the actual, you know, events that they come out with. You know, they're going to play with different things, different ideas, and eventually they're going to start settling onto things that actually really work. And I think everyone will be appreciative of the iterations that they've gone through to make the game. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.